Hi friends, in this tutorial we'll have a look at the differences between the internal iterators and external iterators. For this I'm going to take reference of my website javainuse.com. So go to the Java section, Java 8 features, and here we look at concept of internal iterators versus external iterators. So first let us have a look at external iterators. This iterator is also known as active iterator or explicit iterator. For this type of iterator, the control over iteration of elements is with the programmer, which means that the programmer should define when and how the next element of the iteration is called. So what do we mean that the programmer has control over the iteration? It means that the programmer has to himself specify how he wants the iteration of the elements to take place, what all conditions should be there. Let's take this example and check it. So here we have created a list of type string and named it as items. We have added multiple strings to this list. Also here we have written a for loop which will iterate over the items of the list and print it. So here we have ourselves written the logic of how this items list is to be iterated. So sequentially each item from the items list will be selected and it will be printed. Suppose if I want that if the item name is test1, then it should not be printed. Then I'll have to myself write the condition here so that this logic can be implemented. So the condition will be if I'll write or not. So this will be the condition that if items dot equals ignore case test1, then don't print this. So let's run this. So as you can see here that whatever the logic is there, we have to specify how it is going to be implemented ourselves. The programmer himself specifies the logic. Also another important point to note here is that this processing of the iterator, it is sequential. Sequentially each string is taken from items, then it is processed and printed. So no parallel processing can be done using external iterator. Next let us have a look at internal iterators. So this iterator is also known as passive iterator, implicit iterator or callback iterator. For this type of iterator, the control over the iteration of elements lies with the iterator itself and not with the programmer. So the programmer should only specify what operation is to be performed on the element of the collection. The iterator itself will perform the iteration. The programmer does not have to write the logic himself. So he only declares what is to be done and does not manage the control of how the iteration of individual elements take place. So let's take the help of this example. So here again we have a list of items which is of type string. Here we have used an internal iterator using for each. So here we are not writing the iterator ourselves. We are not going to iterate each and individual element sequentially and tell the iterator what logic is to be done. We only specify what is to be done. Here using functional programming we have specified that each item is to be printed. Now suppose if I have to mention to the iterator that don't print item of which has string test1. To achieve this we'll make use of Java 8 streams. We'll write a filter condition. Here we'll specify that if item is if the item has string test1, then don't print it. So using the internal iterators we only specify what is to be done but not how it is to be done. So let's run this. Also internal iterators, they provide us the option of parallel processing. This can be achieved by using parallel stream. So here now the internal iterator itself will iterate over the items in a parallel way, so the performance would be much better. I hope you have understood the differences. Thank you.